Alright, Cat, listen up. We're gonna send you a secret project that we need you to review. If this is successful, then we'll be able to expand this into our secret program in case the yokai world gets destroyed. Can I trust you to take care of this? Sure. What is it, like the YSP watch? Oh, swells, it's the YSP watch, isn't it? Not just any YSP watch. It's all of them. We need you to test them out. If this works, then we're able to mass produce the henshin cores. And with that, we'll be able to allow you to henshin easily without any feedback from the virus system. The virus system is fine. The only thing I need is to find something that counteracts the watch that steals time. And that's the watch that creates time! Yeah. I know. Just be careful. You never know who might come from this power.
What's up, Mr. Team Shout? It's Mr. Galaxy Cat, Mr. Galaxy, back again with another video, and happy 500 subscribers. This is a milestone I did not expect to hit for a long time, or at all now that I think about it, because, I mean, we just started on my YouTube channel, and I've been on this platform for about 6 years. But still, the fact that you guys are subscribing for my crap, it really feels so much to me. So to celebrate, we're gonna not just review this, we'll review everything that came with this. This one, the Zero, the Viper Connector, the Ultimate Revolution, the Majin Watch, all of it, as a way to celebrate 500 subscribers, because that's a big milestone for a small YouTuber. So thank you very much for 500 subscribers, and let's get on with this review, because we got a lot to talk about, because, oh boy, this thing right here, I used to hate this watch, but after playing with it off screen and getting all the attachments to it, is this the best yokai watch product ever released? You're just gonna have to find out. The Yokai Watch YSP was released in 2019 and is used in the Yokai Watch anime series Yokai Watch Y Academy Close Encounters of the Nth Kind. In the series, it basically takes place in the future. It's unofficially Yokai Watch 5. Yes, I'm being serious, because this is what I was going to mention in my alien review, because I didn't mention it because I want to save it till this moment. Spoilers, 3, 2, 1, all the yokai reincarnations. Yep. Each and every one of them. They're reincarnations. Look, don't believe me if you don't want to, but this guy is a reincarnation of Venok. This guy is a reincarnation of Jabanyan, and I don't have any other examples because I don't like to collect character medals. And that's a major flaw of this Yokai Watch, because the way they did Yokai Watch for the seasons is a little bit different. Gone are the day of Yokai Watch Elder Arcs, and we have returned to the land of Yokai Watch medals. But these operate a lot different than from normal Yokai medals, because we have no tribes at all. Instead, we have rarities, and this really doesn't matter much unless you have Yokai Watch 5, aka Yokai Watch Y Academy. But we'll get into that at the end of the video. So, let me go over the basic functions of the Yokai Watch YSP. You have 9 different types of yokai medals. You have a summoning medal. This summons a yokai. You have a henshin medal. This transforms you into the Y hero. You have a command medal. This allows the yokai hero to attack. You have a item medal, which summons an item. You have a Mysterio medal, which is just there for a plot. You have the alien medals, which is basically summoning yokai, but instead you're summoning an alien instead. You have character medals, which show the characters. You also have school character medals, which basically shows the characters you can befriend in Yokai Watch Y Academy. And finally, you have a mode change medal, which changes mode from one Yokai Watch to another Yokai Watch. We'll get into all of these, but to put it bluntly, the paint and sculpting on these things, they're fine. I think the Y-heel ones are a lot cooler, but it's usually just black with the color of the primary rhinos. It's a nice little comeback for these types of medals, but later on they literally just turn to white. Item medals are going to have light blue on the top, and that's pretty much it. Mysterio medals are gold. This one is going to be blue. This one's black, and this one's random. Without context of the Yokai Watch series, that's a lot of medals, a lot of playability. But with the context of the Yokai Watch series, it just feels very limited, and we'll get to why when we get to the YSP itself. The paint and sculpting on this thing is... it gets the job done. It's good, but it's... how do I explain this? Yokai Watch, white, sleek, simple, cool. Model Zero, classic. Ancient feeling. A little bit more you have to do from switching from this to this, but other than that, it's nice. Model Zero, nice, blue, sexy, customizable. My favorite's the Evolution EK. Dream, beautiful, golden, American dream. Elder, white, gold, ancient, classic, cool. YSP. Basic white. Now granted, the bezel on the top does make it a lot better, especially with the stickers in here, but other than that, I just don't see the appeal in the colors. I'm getting a closer look at the watch, you can see the sticker detail on here, and the sticker detail is pretty nice. It takes the gimmick of seeing the gears inside the Yokai Watch Elder, but, you know, in a more flat thing. I like the little hollow reflectiveness on it. It makes it feel like a little bit of high quality. I like the little wisp things on here, but it's technically going backwards, which doesn't make any sense. But the stickers in here is pretty nice, which I'm going to take off the bezel so you can get a better detail on the stickering. Right here, we have the sticker for search mode, we have the sticker for summoning mode, and we have a sticker for henshin mode, which has that classic Yokai Watch design. Now, why did I take this off? Well, if you were paying attention to the fact that we have mode change medals, you know that it comes with other custom bezels you can attach to this thing. And finally, on the side is a little SD card slot to update your Yokai Watch YSP. Links in the description below to the latest version of the Yokai Watch YSP if you have a unupdated version of it or you need to fully update this thing. But until then, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video, because now we're about to get into the meat and potatoes and my favorite part of the review, playing with the freaking thing. Little bit of a disclaimer though. I'm going to go into super detail on the YSP, but as for the future custom bezel, except for one, I'm just going to speed run the sound effects because functionality-wise, they're all the same. You put in a medal, you spin the thing, you push out this button to release the medal, and that's pretty much it, with the only difference being sound effects, aside from two custom bezels. But anyways, let's actually turn this thing on. You have a nice multicolored LED inside here, but it does not apply to the front side, so you only gain a light zero right here. You turn the top of the watch and you get a pretty sound effect. If you hold on the eject button, you can also hear the sounds of the metal being ejected. Now, this is a flaw I think the YSP has, so I think what the idea is that you put the metal in, you hold your hand out, you hold down this button, and it flies into your hand. But what if some idiot flies it like a freaking slingshot? They're gonna lose the metal, and if it's a real metal, they're completely screwed. Oh well, the sound effects this thing has its own, it's fine, but like any Yokai Watch toy, the real functionality comes from actually playing with it. Aside from the superhero mode, it does not matter what mode this is on, the medals will all work the same. So, let's get into the sound effects this thing make with a summoning medal. Suppose that's long, thank God I got the basic version. And with that, we have summoned a yokai of your choice. And all of the sound effects are the same when it comes to summoning yokai. If you don't believe me, I'll just summon Gimbu Majin Zoranaki right now. Aside from the aliens, no matter what summoning medal you put in, no matter where they are going to make the same sounds inside the Yokai Watch YSP. And the same thing applies to command medals, item medals, Mysterio medals, character medals, school friend medals, and alien medals. The only thing that does change is the superhero medals, but that's a little thing we'll get into in a bit. Which is right now, it's time to become a superhero. Little bit of disclaimer, it doesn't really matter what medal you put in what mode the custom bezel, it will register it as a superhero medal and thus will use it as a superhero medal. But how does it use as a superhero medal? Well, you gotta use it as a superhero medal. I am confusing you, am I? To transform into a superhero, you gotta insert the medal and switch this thing to the Yokai Watch classic look. You know, this thing. Allow me to demonstrate. Let me put this medal in and cancel becoming a superhero. And even if you switch to the top of the Yokai Watch mode, the transformation jingle will not play. So all you gotta do is just eject your Yokai Watch medal and reinsert the Henshin into a superhero. So without further ado, let's Henshin into a YSP hero. And with that, you have transformed into Kengo Benimaru, which translates to Swordman Benimaru. Japan is weird, isn't it? Now that you're a superhero, it's fair that you use attacking type moves like Crimson Slash over here. So let's go ahead and insert. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, make sure you eject. One more thing I will mention, if you put the superhero medal while it's in Yokai Watch hero mode, it will automatically go into the superhero mode without a standby. And this applies to each and every single YSP custom bezel except for the Majin Watch, which I shall demonstrate right now. Pretty cool, huh? Aside from a few Yokai Watch heroes, each and every one of them has a catchphrase. But from the Majin series onwards, they don't have catchphrases anymore, so that kind of sucks for those who like the catchphrases. But as for me, I'm more of a, I want to transform this kind of guy. I don't want to hear quotes from this thing, because this is not a memorial set. This is a Yokai Watch set. But either way, we have space open for another medal, so let's use an attack. Crimson Slash. Yep, no explosion, no slash sound, it just plays a little jingle, says his name, plays the finishing jingle, and yeah, I really wish they made these attack medals a lot more unique. Oh well, at least we have item medals. And the item medals basically do the same thing as the command medals, and you can see what disappointment's coming in, can't you? What about the Mysterio medals? They're pretty golden, they're pretty hard to find, so they gotta have a cool sound, right? Nice. Cool. creepy, mysterious. And that's the whole point of these Mysterio medals. Now, in the show, I dropped the medal. In the show, these medals were used to unlock Kengo Berrymaru's future forms, which would be Wild Boy, Blue Moon, and yeah, I think that's it. Other than that, they're nice little cool gold plastics that substitute as the legendary medals of the season. Now let's get into a sound effect that I don't see played on YouTube often. The alien medals. These things kind of look like the normal superhero medals, except, you know, a little bit more alienish. I wonder what funny sounds we're gonna get from this medal, from an alien, because it's just a cat alien. It's a parody of Star Wars, so it can't be that scary. Right? Why do you guys have a creepy theme? I know why, because these guys are the main villains of the season. Oh well, let's end this off with the school character medals and the characters medals themselves. No after jingle? Okay. At least that one got an extra one. What's your excuse? And with that, that is every single sound effect the standard version of the YSP can do. So overall, wow, it's a wide variety. Just doesn't feel right. It's not enough. Don't get me wrong. We got a lot. We got a summoning medal, a transformation medal, an attack medal, an item medal, a Mysterio medal, a school friend medal, alien medals, but those weren't released until like the Viper Connector came out, and of course the character medals, and they make a lot of sound, but let's just say you got a standard version of this. You would have gotten pretty much this, and that's kind of lame, isn't it? Aside from the superhero medals that have different henshin themes, I don't see why this would be a good yokai watch. We're not even summoning yokai in this, we're summoning ghosts! But if you're someone who's looking just for one sound effect per medal, it's a fun one. But overall, I would give the yokai watch YSP a C rank. That is, until this thing showed up. That's right, I didn't talk about the mode change medals yet, because this one reprograms your YSP watch to act completely different. What is the menu you're doing upstairs? He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn walls! Now that I got Dementio out of my walls, the mode change medals. These medals go inside your watch and they reprogram it to act completely different. From the standby sounds to the summoning sounds, it literally reprograms everything. So what do you say we do that, shall we? To reprogram your yokai watch, you need to have these medals inserted inside the yokai watch YSP, and with that, we're almost done. Now this is more of a cosmetic thing, but you don't really need these aside from 2 custom bezels, but you have to take off the YSP custom bezel, put on the YSP 0 custom bezel. Yeah. There we go. And with that, we have a brand new yokai watch, and the paint sculpt in this one is actually a lot better. There's something about this that just feels right, and this one just doesn't feel right at all. I don't know why, because this one is like the finished version. This one's like a prototype, and I can't put my claw on Y, but this just feels right. But before I can continue on, you might have noticed that I put this medal in upside down. This is because the medal has no rail system. Sure, there's rails right here, but that's just there to stop the medal. Instead of pin systems, they decided to take the Yokai Watch Dream approach and Yokai Watch Elder approach and use little NFC chips right here. If you have a transparent medal or a Skylander, you can pretty much see them right here. They basically hold memory for, you know, whatever it's programmed for. Like this one's programmed for Yokai Watch and Skylanders are programmed for Skylanders. So unfortunately, we don't get on that's not the way or sound effect. We do get an arrow sound, but it's only if the batteries are low. But it's nice, sort of weird, but you know, the backwards thing is kind of a staple of the Yokai Watch series, but they kind of threw that out in the Elder, so what am I talking about? I have no idea, but sound effects on this is still the same. And this will remain that way throughout the video. But as for the summoning songs, they've changed completely. Well, almost all of them. But the one major thing that has changed is the Y hero attached to this Yokai Watch. I actually like the standby sound for this one, and Ninetales transformation is one of my favorites in the series, sound effects wise. Transformation wise, it still goes to Kengo Benimo, which by the way, do you mind if I use you to demonstrate something that I mentioned in the YSP normal mode? In case you aren't paying attention, the henshin sounds do not change between watches. The only thing that does change is the standby sound. And that's pretty much it for the Model Zero YSP. So overall, a slight improvement on the normal YSP. And if you have this and the normal YSP at the same time, you know, like the mode change mode between it, you have the ability to hit your YSP watch. But also more playability as it comes with more and more sound effects. So overall, it's becoming a little bit better, which is why I'm going to upgrade it from a C rank to... And I'm still going to keep it a C rank, because there are some people who do not like the Japanese sounds of this, and I can understand why. So if Japanese sounds are not your thing, then stick to the normal YSP watch, or switch it to something a little bit more heavy.
Stuck in the middle of nowhere and you need to make an important phone call, but the battery's dead and you can't find an outlet to plug in your charger? Grow a beard!
Next up, we have one of my favorite watches in this series, the Viper Connector. aka the Big V. That's what she said. The paint and sculpting on this one is really cool. Something about the purple just makes the YSP watch really pop out. I don't know how to explain it, but this just feels right. This feels like it belongs on the standard version of YSP, and I don't know why. And of course, Tony sound effects are the same, but it just feels a lot cooler, and I do not know why. As per usual, the sound effects have changed, but a lot more rock and roll, if you know what I mean. It's rock and roll themed. With the Model Zero feeling like a downgrade, literally, because it's a prototype, but it feels like a downgrade, this one feels like an upgrade. And by the way, when I say downgrade, I don't mean like a bad thing. Like, I'm talking like music-wise. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Japanese music, but ain't nothing wrong with good old-fashioned hard rock. Let's just get into the rest of the sounds before I go on a rock tangent.
Now, I want you to pay attention to this matter because we'll be coming back to it later.
With the YSP Zero sounds, it felt like I was being held back by something, and the Viper connector really tells me why I was held back, because something about the rock music coming from this thing just, oh, it's so cool! And what's even cooler is that one of my favorite Y heroes of the series doesn't even have a yokai to summon it. It is the yokai! If you've seen the series, you know what I'm talking about. Like, Jesus Christ, this show gets dark. Let's ignore that. This is just intention. And with that, we have reviewed the Viper connector. So overall, this is a massive upgrade. It's, again, still simple. You don't need this connector because it's hollow plastic. But the sounds it makes, it's so cool. It's so awesome. It's just... yeah, whatever the watch just said. I can't believe I'm saying this, but because of this, and if you have this Viper connector as well, I mean custom bezel, what, wait. What am I talking about again? All I'm trying to say is, this is gonna boost it up from a C rank to a B rank. I think it's generally that good. But don't touch that dial, because next up we have my favorite YSP watch in the entire series, the Ultimate Revolution watch, and it's story time. Picture this, if you will. A young, happy Necklace Slime. He just turned 18, and this was before he realized that he was non-binary. His YouTube channel was doing good. He got Yokai Watch Y Academy, pre-ordered and ready to be shipped to his house. So, he decides to treat himself. he wants to buy the Ultimate Revolution watch. He buys it for about $80, along with a bunch of other stuff that he deemed birthday gifts to himself, because birthday cash. Don't trust me with financial advice. The birthday items arrived, all except for one. Ultimate Revolution. Oh sure, the boy got his refund, but a chance to get Ultimate Revolution would not come from years and years and years. Everywhere the boy looked, eBay, Amazon, Buy, the watch did not exist. This is because of a feature that we'll mention later on in the video. Because of this, the Ultimate Revolution was deemed impossible to find. Years later, the boy got the Viper connector and the Model Zero. All seemed well. The boy, now non-binary, decided that she wanted to make a 500 subscriber special. But to do that, they needed to find Ultimate Revolution. As much as the child searched, she could not find it. She searched for weeks, but it was nowhere. But alas, we have the internet, she thought. And then she remembered that she buys Yokai Watch products from Bai a lot. One quick Google search later, and huzzah! There it was. The Ultimate Revolution Yokai Watch custom bezel. Sure, it didn't have any kits here and have to buy that separately, but they didn't care. They just wanted the watch at an affordable price to be sent over so they can kickstart the Ultimate Yokai Watch review. And thus, they bought it. And thus is the story of how my suffering came to an end. Let's just review this thing, shall we? Now that we have the Ultimate Revolution watch in my hands, I can say that the paint sculpture on this thing is absolutely the best in the Y Academy series. This thing takes advantage of the fact that the base of the body is white, so they add a little bit up here, a little bit right here, and makes the black pop out wonderfully. Only downside is we can't really see what's going on, so I guess we'll never see the stickers again, and oh! Just when I thought the watch couldn't get any better. Look at that. Look at that blue wire. Look at that cybernetic detail. It feels like this thing is just upgraded to the future age, and it has because it looks cool, cool, cool. But why does this have an opening gimmick? We'll get into that later. For now, let's just focus on the sounds this thing makes. And unlike the other stuff, I'm going to go into detail in the summoning mode. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. As for the new summoning modes, like I mentioned near the beginning, I don't know, my mind's not good. It is like a normal Y metal, but a lot more sparkly. This is because at the time this was supposed to be Jiva Genpei's final form before we got the Majin watch. I like these metals, but I also prefer the classic ones, but I never grew up with the specs of the American release, and even then I like the Japanese new metals. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just get into the review because I need some water. I've been recording for an hour. Let this nightmare end. I don't know about that one. The other mysterious metals were awesome, but something about this one just doesn't rub me the right way. Now you must be wondering, why were you blinking? You gotta stop blinking, man. We're trying to take a photo for the school photo. Well, this thing actually has a little gimmick. You see, there's actually electronics inside this thing. If you can see it, you could. I see wiring, can you? Because this thing scans mail to know if it should be locked or not. Let me explain. A total of 2 metals use this feature, and they all get locked out if you don't have the ultimate revolution. Now, in normal modes, it's not that big of a deal. They basically act like a normal Y hero medal, but in ultimate revolution modes, these 2 medals can only be used in this mode with the bell on, because without it, well, let me just show you. You can't even use these medals. Meanwhile, those who don't require the lock-on feature they basically can be used. I kind of wish that this gimmick was used more often, and it kind of sucks that it was only used by 2 medals. Oh well, let me just show you how you henshin into Earthwalker and Earthwalker Noir, and no one else. This is where that scanning feature comes in. It's on a second standby sound, and the only way to transform is if we hit this button. So without further ado, let's henshin! And to Earthwalker, the strongest transformation to date. The strongest! With that, we're transformed to Earthwalker. And the way the gimmick works is there's like a little, tiny little thing right here. If it's hold down, it's in lock-in mode. If it's not, it's in not lock-in mode. Let me show you what I mean with Earthwalker Noah, the stronger form of the strongest form ever in Yokai Watch My Academy. And nothing else! It's a simple gimmick, but really fun to do. Unfortunately, it's only used by 2 medals. And nothing more! So any other medal that doesn't use the lock-on feature, like T-Dine and Last Team Dine, it doesn't matter if it's closed or open, they're gonna be used like a normal Y medal hero. Which kind of bums me out, because they use a different version of the Ultimate Revolution watch, you know, in Sales of G, but they couldn't apply the same gimmick to T-Dine or Last T-Dine? Seriously? Oh well. I don't know, man. I just wish that there was one more medal that can be used, because it's only used by these 2 and no one else. And no one else. And no one else! Okay, I'm done beating around the bush. I actually have this one. This uses the lock-in feature. And that is the best henshin theme in the entire series. Do not challenge, I will beat you! And with that, this would have been the final custom bezel. And overall, I really like this thing. It's so simple, and even though it only, like, the gimmick is only using like 3 medals, it's the best gimmick I've ever seen. It comes with even more playability. Plus, if you've been collecting these pieces of plastic throughout the entire Y Academy series, you have much more playability with these. With the Ultimate Revolution in mind, this watch is going to get an A. That's what you wanted to end, right? This is where the story would have ended. But then They made one more. And here we have the Majin watch. And the paint sculpture on this thing is actually pretty good. I still think that Ultimate Revolution is the best custom bezel because it utilizes the white more than the other custom bezels. But something about the Majin watch just makes this pop. Without further ado, let's see what kind of sounds this thing makes. This thing has the most sounds out of any custom bezel in the series. So, whenever you put in superhero metal, whenever you put in attack metal, whenever you put in summoning metal, it will make no. 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 What's the deal with this watch? It's the most boring and generic freaking thing I have ever heard of in my entire life. What's so cool about the Majin watch? You only put in one metal in, it says a thing and does a oh sound. It's so stupid, so dumb, there's no sound effects at all. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me to put one of these metals in with the gold strips on top, and you want me to turn the thing to the right to make the henshin sound. That would just be ridiculous. Oh, I see. I don't know how they made this possible, because before, you had to put the YSP metal inside, and this would hit a little switch right there that will activate the scanner. But whenever you turn the bezel, the scanner doesn't need to be activated anymore. Like I said, this metal reprograms your yokai watch YSP, so I probably shouldn't be questioning it. But either way, we have transformed to an ancient hero, which is a little running theme with the yokai watch series. I don't know the exact reason. I just know that the YSP heroes fuse with classic yokai. Like this one is what's his name? Shishio, the reincarnation of Blazion, he fuses with Snartle and he becomes Namahageo, which is actually one of my favorite designs of the ancient heroes, next to the final form. Now there were more ancient heroes to transform into, but to be honest with you, aside from the name and the little music reference, the standby sound is a little bit different. So let me just show you with a summoning metal. And here's the major flaw I have with the Majin watch. While it's very customizable if you have a lot of Majin watch medals, if you only have like a few medals that doesn't make much sound, it only has one thing for everything. Summoning medal? That. Mysterio medal? That. Attack medal? That. And if this was just it, I would give the Majin watch a rank, I don't know, C for disappointment. But then I remembered that more medals exist.
There's that metal again. Now pay attention to the sounds it makes, because if it's a Majin Watch medal, the sounds are going to be completely different.
Unfortunately, only Majin attack medals get a different voice changer line, but come on, level 5. If you could do it with the Majin medals, why couldn't you re-record all the attack medals? Never mind, I just remembered how many attack medals there are. You may proceed to stick it in up my butt. But that's not all. I got one more My medal for you, and this one was released in the pack with Namahage. So if you guys were worried about that, don't be, because it's here right now. I know there's like one more Majin medal out there, but I don't have Amaterasu, and MT Bouncer is just really hard to find. Like, I can't believe it's the hardest to find about all of them. Like, MT... It's only fitting that we end this off with MT Bouncer's Y medal partner. If it wasn't obvious enough, MT Bouncer is my favorite hero just because they use the villain of Yokai Watch 4 and make him a superhero. One thing you know, if you put any Majin medal inside, it will read it, and if you turn it, it will actually do the henshin. But if you put any medals above that, it will still do the henshin. You can also put superhero medals inside, and it will read it as like any other medal. Really, you can put it in any medal except for Y change medals. That would happen. And technically, you don't really need the Majin bezel. All you just need to do is put the Yokai medal over it, switch, and then... oops. There we go, there does the thing. And with that out of the way, we have officially reviewed every single custom bezel in the series, from the first to the last. So overall, the Majin Watch on its own is going to get an A rank in customability. As for all of this, if you are getting every single one of these, you are by chance getting the best Yokai Watch toy next to the Yokai Watch Dream. The playability is so much fun, and if you have a lot of medals like I do, you'll get so much sound effects out of this. Not to mention that you'll be able to scan these Y medals into your Yokai Watch 4 and Yokai Watch Y Academy game to get some pretty good rare items. And one more thing to note, only rank 5 and up can be scammed once a day. Anything that's lower than that, 4 and below, they only get scammed once, so... yeah, that kinda sucks. Before I give this thing an official ranking, I just wanna let you know that I have an unreleased medal. A long time ago, Ashura Gilfa had a final form, named Terradog. For some reason, the AT Accelerator was never released. At all. I don't know why, but one thing's for certain, I have asked Dementio to help me on a secret project, and throughout the video, he's been collecting data on this watch, and now it's complete. The AT Accelerator medal. We have finally approached Earth of Dimension 3D87. Fire at will. So let's take off the bezel, put this on, and finally see what sounds the AT accelerator does. Because after this, I'm gonna give the watch a ranking on its own. Is everyone ready? Let's do! Cuss these rules of reality. I'll simply have to go down there and finish him myself. Prepare to get all 5 watches. And do not fail me, even with a restricted form. If you're with the government or the Pope, I have a document saying that I can make a super weapon here. Well. Do I, know you, Mr. Mrs. Do aliens have genders now that I think about it? Fascinating. You really do like the joke, don't you? Well, either way, hand over the yokai watch and all is forgiven. Wait, you mean this thing? No, this is just a toy. Oh, man. You gotta stop with the jokes, because as you can see, you are completely surrounded by alien forces. Now hand over the yokai watch. Seriously though, this is just a toy. It's not just a toy. That yokai watch is actually an ultimate device. I'm starting to realize that he might know that this is actually a prototype. Now, be a good lad. Hand over the yokai watch and no one gets hurt. You're gonna have to get through my cold, dead hands. My fat gut. Wait a minute. Twitter lied. I don't have a gas. Seize him! Back up, all of you. Well, I'll use this. Wait, is that?
No, it can't be. That item was on this for years.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wait, what? Ah, my eyes. Huh? Where is the... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. There we go. Found it. Slimy, you're an amateur filmmaker. Seize him! Okay, I'll be honest, I have no idea this is going to do something, so let's just hope it works. Video.
Chaos, なんでもできる。お、ヒントネオカウン。
Yeah, I know. Wanna do a thing?
Metamorph.
Sick. But don't blame me for what happens next. You hate Dementia?
The true one, Neo Chaos.
So am I.
Build the station.
Henshin. What? Do I got something in my face? Why all laughing? Why all laughing? Oh, you think this is funny? Oh, I suppose this is really funny for you. You see, I look like a really looking cat. I suppose I shouldn't have a gun either, huh?
Build the station.
Hey!
き一戦
That was the most insane thing I have ever done with you in my entire life.
カオスだよ。カオスだね。
Let us never do that ever again. What were you even doing before I summoned you? I didn't even know I could summon you with this.
普通はねえよ。
Stop. I don't care. Just go back to doing your thing. I'm gonna go finish reviewing this thing. Okay, if I'm gonna be completely serious with you guys, at first, I saw this as the worst yokai watch to ever be created. It just had very little sounds inside of it, and most of the sounds were pretty generic, but after upgrade after upgrade, it just kept getting better and better to be one of my most favorite yokai watches out there. Not to an extent it's thanks to Kamen Rider and Super Sentai helping me get into the superhero genre, but overall, I have to give this watch right here, well, an S. It's so customizable, and the Majin watch opens up so many customization options. But if I have one nitpick about it, probably two. Maybe adding some more noises, more summoning sound for like a different yokai. Like maybe give some of the ghosts some summoning tribe songs like the old Yokai Watch series. And have the Majin Watch have different sounds for each hero. Like have different sounds for attacking, different sounds for summoning, different sounds for character medals. But all in one medal. Like Shengoku model, he can have like a rock remix of the Mysterio medals and the rock remix of the summoning medals. Or I don't know, I'm just throwing some stones out here, but overall, I'm gonna give this watch an S rank, but on its own, probably a D rank. With the upgrade kits, however, that grade goes up by 1 because of the functionality you get out of all the medals. That being said, Edma, never make me do this again. Good night.
と気づいてもっと答えてなんか教えてギンギラギンガ好天はミステリなサークルナイスな模様私とあなたの読めない心模様カオス的に移ろう世界真っ暗な闇に歩みは止まるそれでもどこかで進み出せばわずかでも確かに宇宙は変わり出すギンギラギンギラ輝き出した小さなハートが輝き出した消えそうな銀河のちりぢりが今響き出したギンギラギンギラまだ足りないか今度はわずか捉えたサイドグラウンドに現れたあなたの UFO 真っ赤な瞳も悲しそうにもどう教えてギンギラギンガなんてつもりがまだ見えずになんで二人のギンギラギンガ